Ever find yourself wishing you had a helper for those tedious tech writing tasks? You know, like formatting a massive manual or deciphering a convoluted style guide?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, what if I told you AI might be that helper?
Really?
We're diving deep into AI, Technical Writing Job Enhancer, an article by Curt Robbins, a seasoned tech writer who seems, well, cautiously optimistic about AI. He's not quite ready to let a bot take over completely.
Right, right. There's that fear, isn't there? Like, is AI going to come for our jobs?
Exactly, and it's a valid concern, especially in a field like ours, where we live and breathe words and information. Isn't that what AI is supposed to be good at?
Robbins gets right into it, though. He addresses that fear head on.
So what's the verdict? Are we doomed?
He actually sees AI more as a tool, a powerful one, that can enhance what we do, not replace us entirely.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Enhancement, not replacement.
Exactly. Imagine AI whipping up a first draft of your API documentation.
While we sit back and relax.
Well, not quite. But think about it. You'd be freed up to focus on the nuances, the explanations, the things that really need a human touch. Or picture this AI tackling the formatting nightmares of those style guides, making sure everything's consistent across hundreds of pages.
And we get to focus on the big picture stuff, the strategy, the creativity.
Now you're getting it. Robbins even quotes the CEO of Hive GPT, who says something like, "Human roles are evolving, not disappearing."
There's that optimism again. Is it warranted, though?
I think there's truth to it. We're seeing a real shift, not just in the tools we use, but in how we approach our work fundamentally.
So it's not enough to just learn the new software.
Not at all. Take strategic thinking, for instance. AI is great at crunching data, but it takes a human to find the story in that data, to make it relevant and engaging for our audience.
So less about being replaced, more about leveling up.
Exactly. And the best part is, Robbins practices what he preaches. He talks about how he used AI to draft documents and went from spending hours on a task to just 30 minutes editing what the AI generated.
Wait, 30 minutes versus hours? Now that's what I call a game changer. But is it really that simple in reality?
I wouldn't say it's quite that simple. Robbins is careful to point out that we still need humans, to oversee things.
So it's not like we can just hit a button and boom, perfect document.
Not quite. He compares it to writing a first draft. You wouldn't just send that draft off without, looking it over, would you?
Never. My grammar might stage a revolt.
Exactly. It's the same idea with AI. It's about using it to be more efficient, not to completely replace our own judgment and skills.
Okay, working smarter, not harder. I like that. But Robbins keeps calling this a paradigm shift, which honestly feels a bit dramatic, don't you think? People throw that phrase around a lot.
It's true, it does get overused, but I think AI really does have the potential to completely change how we work, especially when it comes to, like, our productivity. Remember that thing Robbins mentioned from Peter Erickson at Modev,
Refresh my memory.
the profit per employee idea?
Oh, right, because we're suddenly so much more productive thanks to AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting things done faster, it's about the overall value we bring to the table skyrocketing because we have these AI tools at our disposal.
Now that's an angle I can get behind. But Robbins doesn't stop at writing. He also gets into AI image generation. He even tells the story about needing this super specific image for an article. He couldn't find anything usable in those stock photo sites.
Right, right. And he ends up creating the perfect image with AI.
You mean that one with the person supposedly working remotely, but they're like totally distracted?
That's the one. And it highlights one of the biggest benefits of AI image generation, that customizability. We don't have to be limited to what's already out there.
So like if I wanted a picture of, say, a tech writer celebrating with a robot over a perfectly formatted manual.
AI could make that happen. And no more worrying about copyright issues from using stock photos, which is huge, especially for us tech writers who often deal with, sensitive information. But Robbins did mention that it took him a few tries to get the images he wanted.
Is it tough to use these AI image generators? Like, is there a big learning curve?
There's a learning curve for sure, but it's not like you need to be a coding whiz or anything.
So it's more like, say, learning a new design program.
Yeah, something like that. It's about, understanding how to communicate what you want, how to guide the AI.
Guiding the AI.
Right. Like Robbins talks about experimenting with different prompts to nudge the AI in the right direction.
So it's a bit of an art to it as well as a science.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is these tools are getting more and more user-friendly all the time. We've got Deli, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, all these amazing options to explore.
It really feels like the possibilities are endless. But Robbins makes this interesting comparison in his article. He compares the current state of AI to, get this, the dot-com boom of the late 90s.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days. Everyone wanted a website, but not everyone knew what to do with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Robbins seems to be saying the same thing could happen with AI.
Right. Just like back then, some companies are going to absolutely crush it with AI, while others, well, not so much.
So what's the key? What separates the winners from, well, everyone else?
Strategy. The companies that will really thrive are the ones who figure out how to empower their people with AI.
Empower, not replace.
Exactly. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's about humans with AI, not humans versus AI.
And Robbins seems to think this is just the beginning.
Oh, absolutely. We're just
Yeah.
scratching the surface of what's possible with AI.
It's an exciting, but maybe also like a little bit intimidating time to be in tech com, really.
Totally. But in a good way, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we have this incredible opportunity to shape the future of our field.
So to our listeners out there, what skills can you start building today to thrive in this AI-powered future? What unique value can you bring to the table that a machine can't? Until next time, keep diving deep.